Hello everybody, welcome to another Jet stream. I mean Zero stream. I keep wanting to call it a Jet stream because it's like a pun, but I'm not Jet, I'm Zero. Howdy everybody. Thanks for coming to today's stream. You can see on screen right now I have Pokemon Shield up, and that's because I'm gonna be trying to do some character design today. I've caught in a bunch of Pokemon, and I want to draw them. Simple as that. So, what do we got here? So, we've got my starter, Moxie, already evolved, as you can see. So, we're going to be updating him. And I've also drawn Slappy. And they've both been dressed up nice and sharp, but other than that, everyone else has not been given character design. So I'm going to close up that, pull the switch out so I can see it. Can't see the screen when it's docked. Yeah. Stick that there so I have it up. And I have a couple of screenshots here for reference for some of the newer Pokemon and Pokemon that I don't draw often. But yeah, as you can see, I've got Slappy Squirrel, and also Mutton, the poor old Wooloo that didn't last very long. And if you don't know already, here is Moxie. So one thing I did want to point out that I think is pretty fun. Oh, hello! Hello, Colorful Chimera. Hello, Julian. I don't know why I call you Julio. And Virus is here. Hi guys, thanks for dropping in. I wanted to point out something real fun that I noticed the other day, but this is how I drew Moxie. Moxie is a Scorbunny, and I'm still blind as to what a lot of the Galar Pokemon look like. I don't know what the final form of Scorbunny is going to look like. But can we just acknowledge the fact that I gave him a hat, therefore his ears went down, just like how Raboot's ears are going down, you know? He's rather angry, so we've got the sort of angry eyes. I know it's not a turtleneck, but I gave him a bit of a collar that comes up to his chin. And I think at one point I forgot about the popped collar, and I just straight up gave him a bit of a turtleneck thing. I don't know. Here we go. Yeah, a bit of a turtleneck thing, because I forgot how it looked. And it's very similar to the bit of turtleneck that Naruto over here has. And because I never know what to do with his arms, I have him like putting them up on his belt. He doesn't have pants, so he can't like stick them in his pockets, but I have him in that sort of position. He's just kind of grasping his belt in a very similar position to how Raboot sometimes puts his paws in his little fluff here. So I don't know about you, but I think I kind of predicted exactly what Scorbunny Raboot looks like. Just saying, just patting myself on the back a little there. But this is Moxie, and I want to do a updated image of Moxie as a Raboot, full color and line art. So that's what we're gonna do today, and I also want to like sketch out some of my other teammates, like the Lombre that was really difficult to catch, Pina Colada the Lombre. I finally got myself a Galarian Zigzagoon, named it Mouse. So we're gonna draw that. I got one of these babies. I'm interested to see what it looks like, but I mostly got it because I need a electric type coverage. And then Stuffle and Skawaddle, or whatever it's called. I don't have enough outfits to dress all of them, unfortunately. What I did with Moxie is I gave him the default Gloria outfit, and then with oh, hello, Starchild. Thank you for the follow. The Twitch thing always, like, surprises me. It gives me a little sound, but it's so good to have you along. Anyway, so yeah. Slappy the Squirrel is over here wearing the cap and the shirt and the gray sweatshirt that I bought. So basically my second outfit. My current outfit, oh, here we go. You can see it here. So my previous outfit. My current outfit is the same, except I replaced the gray hoodie with a varsity jacket, which isn't much of a change. I haven't gotten to a point where the change is that significant yet, so I might give one of the others. Maybe I'll give it to the Lombre. I don't know. Lombre could wear a varsity jacket. So yeah, let's see. I'm gonna turn on the paper background. Make a new layer. So what do I have? I've got Moxie. I'm just gonna sketch everyone down because I think better with my pen. Nix is saying Pina Colada! Nix helped me name Pina Colada. Better not kill him. I mean, he's been very strong and powerful so far, so here's hoping. Okay, so I don't know. Come on. I don't know why. I'm like clicking buttons on my... Okay, here we go. For some reason my left Joy-Con isn't working, but I'm gonna pull that up, and I'm also gonna put the reference down there too. But I've never drawn Raboot before, so this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna be drawing some Pokemon that I've only just met, and it's hopefully gonna be a good time. How's everyone doing? Happy MLK Day, Martin Luther King Day here in the States, or as I like to call it sometimes, Milk Day. Drink your milk. But yeah, we didn't have school today. Tomorrow is the first day of the semester. We'll be going back to school, and I'll be going back to work because I work at the university. And yeah, always a little sad, just on account of the you know, changing of the tides, and it's hard to get back into the swing of things once you've been on break. But I think it's gonna be a pretty chill sort of return. I've got a lot of things that I do need to get done right when I get back, but once I take care of them, if I don't forget what they are, it should be all good. Nothing too crazy to be done. Pina Colada is named after my shiny Ludicolo. I don't actually know what color a shiny Ludicolo is, but it's such a cute name. Very tropical. And I think she would look good. Pina Colada's a girl, right? Let me check. I think I recall. yeah, Pina Colada is a girl, so she's gonna look great in a varsity jacket. Virus says also, I just finished some art I was inking in your last stream. Excellent. If you want to post a link to it so we can all see, that'll be totally fine. And also finished the first season of Amphibia. I just finished watching Miraculous Ladybug season 3. And it was pretty good. Not as much stuff changed as I thought would, but looking back, I think it's because the changes were so gradual that it was kind of like just a natural progression. So nothing felt so out of place that it's like, wow, how in the world did we get here? But I believe, I believe they've been approved for like 5 more seasons or so. So, yeah, that's a lot of time. A lot of time for them to set more stuff up to pay off on what's already set up. So I'm still looking forward to some changes. Something happened to the last episode that will call for a big sort of status quo change, I think. Or they can just reset it, like these shows are prone to do. Something happens in the next season that's just like, well, that big change that happened, yeah, we're gonna put it back so we can do our show the way we've been doing it. Okay, I'm gonna... Rat Rascal! So much fun to watch you design Nuzlocke characters. I was just doodling pokes from my black Nuzlocke. Haha. When I saw Moxie, I thought he had such strong Raboot energy. It was destiny! I know, right? I didn't even realize. I don't really remember where I posted it. It may have just been on my Patreon. I tend to... Last year, I tended to forget to post stuff publicly, that I did on the Patreon, so I'm gonna try and be better about that this year, and remember to post some of those stuff. But I did I think I might have put it on DeviantArt. I did what I think the evolution for Scorbunny would look like, and it's nowhere near as charming as this little fella here. I mean, I love the direction that they took Scorbunny. But yeah, it's like, I just completely, it's nothing like Raboot at all. When I try to think of an evolution, my brain kind of turns off. Did something not that interesting. Honestly, I can't even remember what it looks like at this point. But somehow when I'm not trying to do an evolution, I get super close. It's just, what? I can't wait to see what it turns into the last form, but I feel like I'm gonna be very sad. I don't see Raboot's tail, but I assume he has one. And I don't see any toes either. Oh, I see them now. Okay, they are there. So he does have toes. I'm gonna put those in. Looking good, looking good. Give him some hands, and yeah, let's see what we can do with this. You know, this is a first sketch almost, but it's pretty clean. I'm gonna try and keep that up throughout the stream so I don't have to do line art really. But so let me just doodle in a quick Moxie right here so I can remember what he looks like. Julia says, Sub-Zero! Just got back from dinner. Gonna chill here for a little while. Yay! Thanks for chilling with us. Always good to have people just hang out. You know, chat a bit, get work done. Let's see. Also, I'm not sure what Amphibia is. Is that a show? Virus? I think the only part of the Raboot I'm not a huge fan of is the band across the top of his head. I know it's basically a Naruto headband, so that's probably why it's there, but I don't know what I expected them to do with it. It just looks like a hairband, which I don't know. I don't know why it doesn't click with me, but for some reason it don't. But that's the only thing. I love everything else about it. Okay, so there's Moxie as he is. Okay, so the two of them, let me see. I was so upset the yesterday when I was playing Shield. If you it was during the stream, so if you were there, you would have seen it. But Raboot, when it does, what is it? What's the move? Hold on, it's like double kick or something. Yeah, when it does double kick, it just like, there's no animation at all. It just takes the sprite and goes doink, doink. Like, no sort of, crouch beforehand to try and indicate that it's building up momentum. No, like, follow through. It's even, like, super short. Just a quick doink. And it's like, come on. Like, you're a starter and your gimmick is kicking. They couldn't have bothered to like do a quick kick animation, like just the leg goes up. Nick says, yeah, Raboot has a tail. It's a cartoon from Disney about an American Thai girl that gets herself into a world of talking frogs. That sounds so cute. That was a sweatband. Oh, okay, I can see that. For some reason, I just think of, like, a hairband, which, you know, like, the anime girls that have the bangs that go like that, and then the hair. That's what I was thinking of. Which just doesn't seem like the kind of character trope. Okay, so, Moxie's eye is a bit covered. And I think if he's still wearing the hat, which I believe he should still be wearing the hat. I'm trying to figure out how the hat would be positioned. It would push his hair down, I believe. So I'm gonna push his actual hair down. In Score Bunny form, it's his ear acting as his hair. Sort of like fake bangs. But now he's got actual bangs that I can actually bring down over his eye. I gotta be careful, because he does get a little bigger, right? Like, Raboot should be a little bigger than Score Bunny, so the hat technically shouldn't be as big on him, unless he, like, got a new hat. Maybe in the world of Pokemon, you just have to replace your whole wardrobe when you, evolve. The kind of hat that he wears isn't one of my favorites to draw. I'm gonna try and get his ears to create some movement. Okay, something like that. Bring this in. Hey Zero, did you ever try a Pokemon Nuzlocke challenge? That's actually what I'm doing right now, with the stream. Every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we, over on the Nuzlocke Forums channel, we're playing Pokemon Shield, and it is actually a Nuzlocke challenge. The last time I did a Nuzlocke challenge was, I think, like 8 years ago, and it was Pokemon Black. And basically that's what my Nuzlocke is currently based off of. Everyone is super scared watching me play. I'm a little bit scared watching me play, honestly. So like, going into it, I knew I hadn't played Pokemon at all for a long time. But I told myself, at least I know what the type advantages and disadvantages are. Unfortunately, it seems like I don't actually know what they are as much as I thought I did. Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna bring the headband down part down a little, so that it kind of covers his eye. And that's a little bit cheating, but the way that the hat is positioned, it kind of sits right perfectly where the headband would be. And I want to show off that design element of the actual Pokemon. Okay, so in the official Pokemon model, it's got a very smooth sort of collar thing that comes up, and then like a specific number of spikes that come out of the neck. I'm gonna interpret that as being just a fluffy collar. See if that looks good. So just fluff all around. So instead of being like this and then 1 2 1 2, it's gonna be more like that. Which honestly, it's like, I don't even know if with Scorbunny, you know, Scorbunny's ear is like this, right? He's got 2 ears and one of them has this extra thing there. I don't know if, let's say this is the ear. Oh, let's play it like this. Let's say this is the head, right? Is it cartilage, and then like fluff, like fur around the ears, and then over here it's just kind of stylized to look like there's 2 parts, but really it's just fur coming all over the place? Or is it more like cartilage and then this ear has like a split in it, and it's just got short fur all over the place. You know, is that like thing indicating that it's a normal ear, and actually Scorbunny's ears have like long fur? Hard to say with today's Pokemon designs, because they have to do the 3D models. Everything gets like simplified into very specific shapes a lot of the time. Jillian, don't worry, that's not a stupid question at all. It's you know, I don't have a very good self-promotion, what's it called, sensibilities, like instinct, and I could do well to sort of promote my stuff better, because it's not like I'm just hyping myself to make myself feel better. I think I've, you know, Jet's Black Nuzlocke is really good. I think I've done my best with it, and people enjoy reading it, and so if I'm promoting it, it's basically to share it so that more people can enjoy the comic that I've made. And you know, it's sometimes, I think at this point, it's been going for so long as a comic that you kind of forget that it was a Nuzlocke at one point. It's just kind of a story at this point. It's just a comic. And then in terms of the Shield run, it literally just started, so you know, if you forgot that I was doing it as a Nuzlocke, it's totally valid. Don't worry about if you think a question is dumb or not. Even if it's like, what are you drawing with? Even though I'm using Clip Studio Paint, it says right here. It's totally valid to just ask, and I'll answer. If it's like literally a dumb question, I probably won't even realize. I would just be like, I don't know, just automatically just take it at face value. I'm a pretty gullible kid. If you're being sarcastic, I'm either won't realize you're being sarcastic, or I'll like willfully believe they're probably not being sarcastic. I'll just take them at full face value, unless you put an XD or some other kind of emoticon next to your text, to let me know you're joking. Okay, so hold on, hold on a sec. Let me catch up with the chat, and then I'll try and figure out this pose that I'm not sure about. Tails says, hello, Zero! Hello, Tails! Hello, Tails! We sure are scared. Tails is the most scared. Tails is the only responsible adult watching the toddlers run around in the wild. Nyx prays for little Pina Colada's safety. We all know who Nyx's favorite now is. We all know who Mouse's favorite is. She's got her bets on Zigzagoon, Galarian Zigzagoon. Obviously, I'm, you know, I have to pray for my boy Moxie here as my starter. Okay, so I can either have him like sort of or I was thinking sort of a it might be difficult. Like his foot up. like in a kick. Problem with this pose though is it blocks off a whole lot of his design. I'm gonna let his sleeve end right there. Because Moxie's sleeve used to go all the way to his paws, and now he's a little taller, a little lankier. And then... something like that, maybe. Let's see. Do you ever struggle with feeling disconnected from your game notes / older pages from your Nuzlocke comic since you started it so long ago? And Virus dropped a link to the piece he finished. Whoa, that looks really cool. Oh, I love the lighting. That, like, rim lighting that you've given it, and the sky in the background. The anatomy on the... is that a wolf? On the wolf's head from that angle looks really good, too. Good job. What did you use to make that? Sorry, I didn't read the description. I want to repress myself of doing furry characters recently to make some Bishonen Fire Emblem characters, but someone offered doing a trade and draw her werewolf. Holy, that looks amazing, Virus. Yeah, I agree with Rat. That looks really good. Good job. For anyone who's either watching the Shield run, or if you're not watching, just based on the team that I showed at the beginning of the stream, who are you guys rooting for? Who do you hope will make it to the end? Will make it to maybe even be on my final champion team. Pina Colada has a good chance being a grass water type. That's some pretty good type coverage right there, I think. I believe grass water is one of the better type coverages, right? Obviously Zigzagoon has a pretty good chance since one of our rivals is like a psychic user. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to see anything that's going on with this design because all of it is being covered by the foot. I gotta make the foot's line art a lot bigger to show that it's like coming towards us. The thicker the line art, the closer it is. Otherwise, it kind of blends in too much. Let me just thicken this up a bit. If you have played Sword and Shield, have you finished it yet? Did you do a Nuzlocke with it? Try not to spoil anything. But if you want to... how about this? Do you have a non-Galarian Pokemon that like really surprised you in your Sword and or Shield run that you caught and was really strong and took you through to the end of the game. I don't know what to do with his other leg. Virus says, thanks, Sarah. You mean to color? Just markers? Markers are cool. I like using markers, but it's hard to find instance to use them. I can't just pull them out anywhere because they stink so bad. I'm talking about like alcohol markers. And then, I mean, I don't tend to color things, traditionally anyways. So that's already a bit of a bar to entry. What did y'all name your starter for Sword and Shield? I'd like to know that. Which starter did you pick and what did you name it? Let's see. Virus says, I still don't have the game. I was really disappointed at how incomplete it looks. But I hope the DLC makes change... makes you change your opinion. But it still just makes the games more expensive. Yeah, I really don't like that. They released the DLC so soon after, and, it's so expensive. Like, I know I'm probably a little behind since I didn't start my run until a lot later, but, it just feels like this should have been part of the game if you're gonna release it that soon after the game just came out. I'm gonna put the parka going here. I'm trying to angle in a way that it doesn't tangent with any part of the fluff. I don't know really what the parka looks like. I don't know what the design is. I think it's kind of a braid. I think that's what it is. I'm gonna make it a braid type pattern. And now I'm realizing I don't know how to draw braids. I'll just leave it like that. Then the other arm. I guess I can make it sort of coming towards us. I don't think I'm gonna buy the DLC, honestly. The only reason I would have would be to get the, spoilers, I guess, technically, the Galarian Slowpoke, but then they give one to you as, like, a promotional thing. But that tempted me. It definitely tempted me, and now I'm holding my breath to see if they'll add any more Galarian Pokemon, any new Galarian forms. But honestly, I most likely won't buy it. If I have friends who end up buying it, I'll just trade with them if there's a Pokemon that I really like. So far, it doesn't feel incomplete, but I only just started. I haven't even gotten to the first gym yet, so we'll see. I'll reserve my judgment until then. Nick says I did an aesthetic lock. I only use Pokemon that fit the punk look. You're basically, what was that girl's name? Marnie? Marina or I think it was Marnie, right? Like there's one of the rivals that you get. His name is Marnie and she looks like a punk girl. So like you're basically building what her team should be. Any Pokemon on her team probably would fit your aesthetic. Alright. Looking good. I like it. Scorbunny. Oh no, sorry. Raboot. I don't like how this arm looks over here. I'm gonna erase that. He's just got so many parts. Like so many loose parts. You got the ears flying around, blocking half the picture. You got the legs swinging around. He's got these like long legs swinging around, blocking half the picture. So not seeing much of it, but essentially what I'm thinking is he's got the hat, right? That doesn't look like the hat at all. Hat's much more floppy, I think. It's a harder hat to get the right shape of. There, that's better. Scottish bonnet. Alright, you got ear, and then hair. The 3 hairs on the head go down. Face like that. Okay, and then the yellow part goes across the eye like there. And okay, so then a lot of fluff around the neck. And then sort of tucks up, cause then the parka is there, and then you got the collar from the shirt underneath. And I got the fluff. So the fluff around the belly is popping out a little at the bottom there, and that's what this is. You can hardly see it, but that's what that is. And then it's got the braid pattern or whatever of the parka. The sleeve is not as long as it is before, so the hand comes down a little more. I don't know if it'll come down that much, but I'm just going with it. Oh, forgot his tail. The tail will be up higher. Maybe I feel like the leg is weird. I still feel like the leg is weird. I don't like it where it is. Be down here, maybe? Now, I don't like to rotate things because it tends to make things a bit blurry. But should be okay, especially if you're drawing big enough. Then when you like downsize it to post, it doesn't bother too bad. Maybe I'll just bring the leg all the way up. Golly. I'll try and fix this a bit. Is the leg too long? The foot's a little long on this side. Now I'm just fixing the drawing at this point. Maybe I should move on. I'll probably go back, redo that leg. This leg still bothers me. I'm not sure where it's supposed to go. But, that's Raboot. Let's move on to another Pokemon. Let's do Pina Colada. I think even though we have all these new Galar forms and stuff, I never actually used a Lombre before. So, Lombre is still a wee bit new feeling to me. I think of Lotad all the time. I think of Ludicolo all the time. But Lombre I've never given any thought to. I've obviously drawn it before because I've done the Pokemon family for it. But let's see if we can make some kind of character out of her. Just gonna draw it somewhat vanilla while trying to pick out parts that stand out as being very sort of, I don't know, customizable. I can't think of another word for it, but I'm essentially drawing a regular Lombre, but as I'm going, I'm looking and seeing like, okay, maybe the face shape can be a little different, maybe the way the leaf is, you know, maybe like with that little cut there, who knows. I think actually what I thought, do you see this right here? What I thought was like a little spike on the back of his head is, I think, actually the lily pad being cut into is what I'm realizing. I don't really think about these things until I start drawing them, but yeah, it's literally just the lily pad still. There's no extra little bit coming off of his head. Her head. Pina Colada's a girl. Virus says, your art made me remember the bunnies used until very late of development of Splatoon before changing to squids. That's interesting. The ink aspect of the Splatoon is so powerful that I can't imagine them being anything other than squids. The body's literally just a circle with no form or majesty to it. It's got pants. Okay. Got pants. And it has like, okay, it's really sad. So let's just get that sad face in. And around it, I'm recalling now, I don't actually know what part of the Ludicolo that how the mouth looks. Give me a sec while I turn on my Switch real quick. I need to. So when you're playing Swish, you can come on. You can check on the Pokemon, and then when you press down on the left Joy-Con, it does a little animation. I just want to see how it opens its mouth. Okay, yeah, okay. So I think one of the reasons I never liked Lotad is it's got this mouth, right? That looks like this. And I always thought, and correct, like, pitch in if you thought this too, but I thought it was some kind of, like, weird monkey mouth with a big lower lip. Like, I thought that was a lower lip. But when actually it's kind of a beak sort of situation. Which honestly, I like a lot more. Like, way more. I like it a lot better now that I know it's a beak. Oh, and while drawing it really fast, I actually got an idea. I'm really into the gremlin eyes, the half-closed gremlin eyes. I think that's what we're gonna go for Pina Colada. Okay, let's see. What else can we do? Let me pull up my character real quick so I can see the varsity jacket that I'm wearing. Let me go into the Poké Center. Maybe it'll get closer. Yeah, there we go. See a little bit closer. I like this jacket. It kind of clashes a little with my hair because I have long red hair, and it kind of blends right into the jacket. But and the problem is it has a design on the back also, which I can't see anymore because of my long red hair. The long hair sort of covers everything. Probably something I should have considered before going to the barber shop and getting my hair cut long. Nick says, an only Galarian Pokemon. Wow, you really didn't get a lot of Pokemon then in some of the wild areas. I was gonna do a only Galarian Pokemon also, but some of the wild areas don't have anything, any new Pokemon. Virus says, the art with bunnies is really cool. I'll check it out later. Rat Skull says, I played Swish on my girlfriend's Switch while I was visiting. I had a female Scorbunny named Lily. I wanted a female Scorbunny. But there was no way I was going to make everyone sit through me, clicking through, the first few, scenes of the game just to reset for a female. I've never really done that before. Like, of all the Pokemon games that I have played, I've never once hard reset over and over again to try and get a certain kind of starter. And I almost wanted to do that for a shiny Scorbunny, but in the end, it just didn't seem all that worth it, especially if I wanted to, it was either that or stream Shield, and I think we're having so much fun streaming Shield that I wouldn't trade that. I think, yeah, that's pretty much it. There's some kind of design over here too that I could probably make a new design for. I don't really know what, so the symbols on this side make me think of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Because as far as I can tell, it's like one of these things. I don't know what this is. And then up here, there's one of these things. I don't know what they are. Because this one kind of makes me think of the A on Kyogre. But it's not quite similar. And then this one, I guess, kind of looks like Team Magma. I don't know. So it's like Team Aqua, Team Magma? But why would we be wearing, like... Why would we be wearing Evil Team paraphernalia? Oh man, okay. The big sombrero-like hat, the lily pad-like hat that it wears is kind of a pain, because it's just geometric enough that you gotta get it somewhat right or else it looks weird. And it's really flat, so I kind of want to angle it down a bit more. Do I, though? Do I want to angle it down a bit more? Gosh. Okay, if the head is like... I'm going to accentuate that beak. I'm going to bring that beak down just slightly. Give him the gremlin eyes. Okay, that's a start. Okay, that's our basis. That's our start. Is already looking a lot more dangerous than the goofy child over here. Dropping some links. Oh, I do like that. The bunnies, the Splatoon bunnies. Hey, I actually really like that. Nick says, my starter was Sobble. I named her Ripley, short for Riptide, or Ripley's, Believe It or Not. Nick says, you won't do it for the Nuzz. Yep, didn't do it for the Nuzz. Pokemon Master Wheeler, howdy do? Howdy do. Thanks for coming. Nick says, I have no overlapping with Marnie, surprisingly. Wheeler says, Lombre is nothing but majesty. Nick says, I only have 8 Pokemon I could pick. So it was limited on my run. I think the point can say, I think the point you can save to reset is like right before. Oh, wait, so you can save, and when you restart it'll still count as like restarting. You don't have to like restart the whole game, because I thought maybe if you saved the game and then you restart from to that save, it still has the starter's data loaded in. I don't know how it works, okay? Like, that's the thing, is I don't know how it works. So I would probably also just do it wrong and be resetting for no reason. It's too risky. Risks of me wasting my time doing something wrong is too great. I really don't like how this leaf situation. This leaf situation going on. Let's see how that looks if I get rid of the head. Put a cut in here. Put some pools of water, maybe? Puddles of water. Okay, so... I know varsity jacket, implies, like, you know, football and stuff. Like, you're in on the in crowd. But it also gives me, like, school vibes, which, when you mix school outfit, it's something like it's kind of a school uniform, a varsity jacket. So, mix school uniform with the kind of theme I'm going with, which is total defiance, sort of, revolution kind of thing, makes me think Yakuza for some reason. So let me see if I can get her into a Yakuza pose. Just put her body in first. Oh. I actually don't know how to draw a Yakuza pose very well. Let me think. Because I can imagine it in my head how I want it to look. Like the gangster look from the sprite from Gen 1. But shade in his face. Maybe the leaf is a little too big up here. Bring that in a little. And just a little. Though as I'm trying and failing at this pose, something else is coming to me too. So I might also... Let me ditch this idea and go with this new idea that I just got, which is like sort of a samurai aesthetic. Hey, Pina Colada, we're playing shield here, not sword. The jackets are popping up in the back. Gotta design. And then let's see. Nick says I only had 8 Pokemon I could pick, so it was limited on my run. Wheeler says I think you gotta go through some scenes to see if it's shiny, but since you can see its gender when naming, it's like 30 seconds to check. You can't reset for a shiny starter. It's locked. You're having fun. I'm having a heart attack while you play Shield. Wheeler says better question. Why not wear evil team clothes? Just why not? Just support your local evil team. Rat Skull says, LMAO, imagine cosplaying as an evil team member and just getting arrested. Nick says, are you basing these on their personalities or are you just doing you? Oh, I actually haven't checked the personalities. That's a good point. Oops. Let's see. Wheeler says you can save right before and eventually get a female starter. I didn't know that. I think if I knew that, I would have actually tried to do that, actually. Oh well. Let's see. Oopsies. I haven't even thought to check their stats. Took 3 hours. 3 hours for a female. I bet you cry when you hear people say, oh, I didn't even restart and I just got a female. First try. Nick says, yeah, Tails helped me reset for Ripley. Cause you save right before you get it and you have to do the whole dinner cutscene. The only risk is you having bad luck. It's ridiculously easy. You can check its gender when you name it. Where your family and Hop family have the barbecue, then it fades out and there's a long cutscene before you battle. That's where you can finally check the gender. Ratskull says, nah, you can see its sprite if looking for shiny and gender when you're adding it to your party. Does it actually show up on the sprite? That would be cool. Tail says 0. I still can't believe how much you spent on that jacket. OMG, if she's Yakuza, she needs a tattoo. Posting a link. Let's see. Oh, baby! Oh, I love this design. The fur is delightful. I've always had trouble with Samawat. But wow, that Oshawott is a baby. I love it. Starters, woot woot, finished my first draft for my new Nova pick. Good job, Ratskull. Oh man, are you gonna do a comic? Are you just starting a comic? You definitely have to let us know when you start posting that. Tails says, I always get females. I don't care about with starters. That's a shame. Okay, so Moxie is relaxed. That's cool. Zipper the Yapper is bashful. Our long cat, Meowth, is mild-natured. Never know what mild nature means. Mouse the Zigzagoon is brave. That's very fitting. Kerfluffle is also mild. I can't wait for Kerfluffle to evolve. It's gonna be a big, gentle, giant boy. Even though I think... Oh yeah, it is a boy. Okay. Slappy is quiet by nature. Interesting. And let's check what Pina Colada is. adamant. Hey, that's perfect for a gangsta. Okay. Well, let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can do. Piccadilly. Japanese. Okay. Japanese punk pose? I don't know. No, I don't want that kind of punk. Delinquent pose. Yeah. It's an awkward pose. It's a very awkward looking pose. The shoulders are kind of here and here. The problem with the varsity jacket though is even if our delinquent girl has Yakuza tats, you wouldn't really be able to see it because of the sleeves. I guess I could roll the sleeves up. I don't know. Is it lame to roll your sleeves up when you're wearing a varsity jacket? She could have a chest tattoo. That's true. But the problem with the... So I'm talking about this pose, if you don't know. This delinquent pose. Which, you know, is a little awkward from the top view, but that's usually how I think of it. And especially if it's from the top view, it's like I can't... Would you even be able to see the, the chest? I guess if, we angle it just right. Well, let me try. Let's see. Ratskill says, I made a mistake. The initial starter is shiny locked, lol, but you can see gender. And thank you so much. Yeah, it looks really good. I love the Oshawott line. I'm in the process of developing a comic adaptation of my Black Nuzlocke. Yay! Oh man, if you're drawing it in this style, I'm definitely gonna read it. Nick says, I've only had one female off the bat in all my games. Wheeler says, I was one of the few people who didn't care if my poster was female, so I got it first try. Nick says she could have a chest tattoo. Just started a new shield file to double check myself. I'm very sorry to tell you guys, but you wasted a ton of time sitting through those cutscenes. Once you hit yes to nicknaming your starter, it has the gender next to the species name. Yeah, if you tilt her just right, you can. Okay, how about this? Let's forget the complicated crouching pose, which I can never get down. If you've been following my Pokemon Families series, I guess you can call it, I did the delinquent poses for the Cyndaquil line. So I already know how much trouble I have with that pose. I did not get any better having done it once. Let's see. And Wheeler, are you saying you don't have to sit through the whole barbecue cutscene in order to get to the name your starter? Maybe I want him to be standing a little more upright. And gotta stick her belly out a little bit more. Get that real, like, I don't care kind of hip thrust going. I don't care about your rules. It's kind of funny because usually when I think of Japanese delinquent stereotype thing, I think of Onis, because they've got the spiked bat, and Kappas are a different kind of creature, but Lombre being a Kappa is kind of filling in that niche, I guess. Picking up some Oni vibes. Man, this is gonna have to be a really long baseball bat if I want her to be holding one. Let me tilt it, maybe? It's because of this hat that she's wearing. Oh, gosh. I really want this collar to be poking up on this side of the face, but then the body's all the way over here. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can move the body. Just like... that might also balance it out a bit better, too. Okay. I gave her a chest wrap, but we wanted to give her tattoos. Okay. No wrap. We're gonna tat this girl up. Okay. I will sort of put in the pattern that she has, because she's got this sort of band of green going down the center, which sort of makes her look like she's wearing a shirt, you know? It's like an open shirt, sort of, like a school uniform that you haven't buttoned up. Okay. And then I think maybe instead of a chest bind, it's more like a belly bind. I don't know, like a belt sort of situation, like just wrapped some bandages around your pants to keep them up situation. And Maybe this arm can be in the pocket, and then this arm can be holding the bat. Because then the bat can be against this shoulder. Let's bring the eyes out a bit more. They kind of starting to get, they're starting to disappear. Okay. Edgy boys need baseball bats. Hello, Leonard! Good night. I guess it is night, isn't it? No cutscenes. Viruses, I'm going to sleep. Have a great work. Bye everyone. Bye, Virus. Thanks for hanging out with us. Wheeler says pick the one you want. Hit yes to nickname. You can see the gender. And you can, so you're saying you can save after the cutscene, but before they ask you to pick the starter? Leonard says it's like a purse puppy for Paris. What? Rat Skull says be right back. Nick says LOL, she looks like such a bad A girl, but she has such a doofy name. Pina Colada. You messing with the Pina Colada? That's like it's Italian, right? It sounds Italian. It could be don't mess with the Pina Colada. I don't know. I don't think it's Italian. It's gotta be some kind of tropical thing. Bring that down a little. So I've been pretty much just doing the finishing touches on my rat cage. I finally got in my water bottles, which I purchased. Water bottles are way too big. Oh boy. I think they're like the 26-ounce bottles from Katie, and it like barely fits in the cage. And I have a big cage. I got I splurged for the Critter Nation, and yeah, I have the bottle like just jammed up against the top of the cage, and it's still dragging a little low. I got two though, and the one on the bottom shelf is a decent height. So if the rats get like neck cramps from drinking at a weird angle, they can at least go and drink from the other one. But I showed the rat blog that the rat Discord that I'm on, and they said it should be fine. Rats tend to just drink at weird angles anyways, so should be all good. Make this a little more dangerous. Just stick some nails in it. And then I got a carrier cage it looked really nice online, but then when I got it, it like... Okay, what kind of tattoo should I give her? And I'm gonna put the 8 on this side just to make it more visible, because the other side is like hidden. And then gonna put this, and what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I got this nice little carrier thing, and as I'm putting it together, I realized I kind of did it wrong, so I tried to take it apart, and as I was taking it apart, it just like snaps one of the plastic parts. So I've like literally just right straight out the box already broke the carrier. And this is my second carrier that I've got that basically either came broken, the last one came broken, and like this one I broke. I feel kind of bad though. I don't want to return it because I essentially got it for free. I used a coupon code that I wasn't supposed to, but I didn't realize I wasn't supposed to, so I called them and they decided to apply it for me anyways. So, you know, that was nice of them. I didn't really want to make troubles. So I can just say, essentially, I didn't really pay for it, and so since it's broken, I should just dispose of it myself, or I could use it. It still seems to be usable, technically. It's like, there's no real gaps that the rats can get through, even with the small part missing. LMAO, it's Spanish. Hey, Spanish, Italian, it kind of sounds the same. They both say ciao. I don't know. Let's see. It's a, hello, Zwerksand. Nick says, I read that already. Well, a different cutscene. Spanish literally means strained pineapple. I always thought it had something to do with coconut too, because it's always pineapple and coconut is the flavoring. Rum, coconut milk, pineapple juice, and ice. The ice you put in a blender, you know what I mean? Yeah, as a kid, there's a ton of things that are pina colada, like quote-unquote pina colada flavored. So I never really associated pina colada with alcohol. I only learned later on that it's actually an alcoholic drink. But yeah, it would always be like smoothies or slushies at the movie theater, or candies like fruity candies. Stuff that, you know, isn't alcoholic. So for me, pina colada was always just pineapple and coconut flavored stuff. Oh, there was an ice cream. There was an ice cream that we used to get that had different flavors, and one of them was pina colada and was literally in like half a coconut shell. They would package it in a coconut shell. It was some kind of, I don't know if it was ice cream, actually. It might have been... I don't know what it was. It was like a little more icy than ice cream was. It wasn't quite as soft. But I don't know what it was. I just liked it because it was in a literal fruit shell. Nut shell, I guess. Coconuts are nuts, right? Or are they fruits? I don't know. Does Lombre have a tail? Hold on, let me look this up. Lombre. Bulbapedia. Usually they have the front and back sprites. Oh, it doesn't have a tail. Okay. What should the tattoo be of? I don't know what that is, but, maybe, oh, okay, what if it's like a wolf? I don't know. Waves are a common Japanese tattoo. That's true. That's true. Crashing waves. Yeah, let me look up Japanese tattoos. Yakuza tattoo. Oh man, they're so intricate. My goodness. Okay, let's zoom into this. We'll get our tattoo on. Get some clouds and fire. So, got some clouds over here, got some fire. And then down here we can have waves. Waves on a tropical shore. Pina colada. Oh dude, we should totally have like palm tree. The waves is a good idea because she's a water type Pokemon. So you're gonna wear your type on your sleeve. That doesn't look too good actually. I don't want to do that kind of waves. Need to do more, make it more Japanese looking. How do I... Wait, I want to keep that. Get rid of this part. And make the waves look a little more like Japanese waves. Make them cascading downward, maybe. Maybe that'll help. And have this one coming down like that, and then there we go. Put some more clouds on this side to sort of tie it together. It just looks like I don't know. Maybe the tree was a bad idea. Just kind of looks like a dog jumping over a tree, which is a little silly. There's a reason why I don't bother with tattoos. I don't quite know how to do ones that look good. We got some kind of condition over there. Okay, I think I'll leave the rest of it to imagination. I say as I add more. Gotta get some on the neck, you know? Maybe the bandages are for the better. Yeah, is to block the block it off so I don't have to do way too many. Alright, LOL, I still can't get over how cool she is. You're really going all out on that. She gets fur if she evolves, so you won't even be able to see it. Just like shaves her chest so that you can see the tats. It's like, I paid too much for these tats. Don't be harsh. Thank you, Nix. Leonard. Nick says, maybe the bandages are for the better. Wheeler says, LOL. Okay, well, we got one more down. Let's see who else we want to do a design for. I want to do another new Pokemon. Let's do another Galar Pokemon. So we've done Scorbunny. Raboot now. Man, I'm so used to saying Scorbunny. I'm gonna have to train myself out of it. Let's see. Oopsies. So the two other Galar Pokemon I have are Puppy and Zigzagoon, and I haven't had Puppy for very long. In fact, I literally just caught him, and hello, John. What if the fur grows like the grass on that one hill and the tattoos are permanently exposed? The grass grows. Or what if the fur grows with the pattern, like I don't know. Like you just paint the fur. If you can't tattoo, you dye the fur into an image. I don't know. Raboot is one of my faves by far. Oh, I love Raboot so far. It's definitely really cool. I just like, look at this boy. Look how he's so ready. Here, check summary. So Naruto boy, kick. I really wish I could get a look at the underside of his feet. I actually feel like maybe it doesn't have paw pads, which would be accurate to actual rabbits, but I put a paw pad on mine, so I would have to go back and change that. It's hard to tell. Let's see. In general, second stage Firestarters have been killing it since Gen 5. I just in general, I really like second stage evolutions. There's a sort of charming awkwardness to them. Let's do Mouse. Let's do the Alolan Zigzagoon. She's a brave nature. And I don't really have anything to go off of for this one. Cause like I said, for Scorbunny, it was the default costume, and then for Slappy, it was my second costume, and then for Pina Colada, I gave her the varsity jacket. Now I'm out of clothes. I am out of clothes. So the problem with Zigzagoon I've always had, especially when drawing Zigzagoon, is I'm not a fan of the fur. The way that the fur is segmented like that makes it a little bit... It messes with my understanding of the anatomy, and it kind of makes it hard for me to keep the form. So I'm going to try and draw it without the fur segments, and then I'll add them in and see if that helps at all. And you know, the one thing I wish they had done with Galarian Zigzagoon that they didn't is make it like Alolan Rattata, where it stands up more. I know it does stand up when it's ready to pounce, when it's like in battle, I guess. I don't remember. Maybe not in battle. But it sometimes has a default where it's kind of standing. But, you know, they can do better. Okay, so I'm gonna stick her up on 2 legs. What can I do theme wise? Let's see. So in a resistance, it would do well to have... What do we not have? We don't have like a tech genius. We don't have a medic. We don't have a demolition man. Maybe we can make him a bit of a demolition man. Bang bang, explosions. Forgot about the tongue. Like, why the tongue? What's with the tongue? Raccoons don't have long, dog-like tongues. I know it doesn't make much sense, because, it's not like she knows explosion or anything. British schoolboy with punk rock elements? I mean, that's an idea. Yeah. Dress mouse like Team Shout. Now that's an idea too. What? It has an American cheese slice for a paw pad. Score Bunny or excuse me, Raboot. Does Raboot also have that? Because I almost feel like it didn't have one at all. Welcome back, Rat Skull! Okay, let's put that aside. Let's try another one. Team Yell. Okay. I look up a picture for Team Yell, and the punk girl literally just, like, covers her entire design with, her banner. It's like, okay. Okay, that's not helpful. Let me do an image search. Here we go. This is what I want. Okay, I'm gonna try the Team Skull thing. So, belt with studs. I'm gonna forego any pants. What is that? A vest, I guess. I think that's a vest. This is gonna be awkward when I start drawing in her actual fur, because this Team Yell vest kind of already looks like it's made out of Zigzagoon fur. Team Yell is cute so far, but they're trying so little to make them into a an evil team that it's kind of pathetic. I'm wondering if there's gonna be some kind of, like, what's the opposite of a redemption? Like when moronic bad guys actually become dangerous. Is there a word for that? Kind of like what happened with Team Rocket in, was it Gen 5 when they kind of actually became a threat? Okay, that's not working for me. That's not working for me. Let's go all out. Let's give him a megaphone. Give her the Team Yell megaphone. 'Cause why not? It looks like a kazoo, honestly. It looks like Kazooie's kazoo from Banjo-Kazooie. Which, I guess doesn't actually look like a kazoo. Like, Kazooie's kazoo is not a kazoo. It's some kind of weird blowhorn. John Tron says... Dalmatian? Oh no, that says damnation. I don't know if there's a word for it. No, damnation is like when you're, like... You're suffering the consequences of your actions. Or that's the punishment, you know? I'm talking about like when they actually come, they gosh, I don't know. They go from like goofy sort of, what's the word? When you stop being comic relief, I guess. When you can be taken seriously as a threat. I don't know. I'm trying to think if that's a trope. Okay, I need to start putting in the fur because trying to put clothes on a Zigzagoon is almost as difficult as trying to put clothes on a Wooloo, and that so much of it is fluff that it will either just cover everything or doesn't really make sense. Let's see. Erase that part. Okay, so the fur will come down. This isn't too bad. I really like the tail of Zigzagoon though. I like how it splays out and then it's got another batch of It's like a paintbrush almost. There we go. Okay, this one I'm probably gonna have to do another pass on because it's just so messy. I think I'm gonna give her another belt around the chest. That's... I know Team Yell doesn't have it, but... it suits her just fine. I don't know what to do with the eye markings. The stars around the eyes are a little much. Something like that. They're more like triangles with that are a little pointier, but it's the best I can do. Okay. Okay, hold on. The arms are black. Gotta sort of mark out where the black and white parts are. So that's the arm. Okay. This part is black. It goes under the vest. So that means this part is white. I'm so glad I didn't have to do a Nuzlocke or any kind of comic where I have to draw a Zigzagoon over and over again. So glad. I might have even, like, not, you know, if I had the foresight to think of that, that may have been all I needed to deter me from doing any kind of Ruby Sapphire Nuzlocke. Like, the only reason is so I don't have to draw Zigzagoons over and over again. Gotta evolve that sucker as soon as possible. Okay, no, this is gonna have to come down a bit more. The white section in the middle is too large. Kind of like what's happening with the ear. I'm gonna have to get up real early tomorrow morning. I'm finally getting my car looked at. I think back in October it was, someone bumped into the back of my car with their truck. Like a small pickup truck. Not like a big kind of truck. But it was still bigger than my car. And so I've been putting it off, but I'm gonna take it to the body shop tomorrow. But unfortunately, work starts for the first time tomorrow. And I have to start my morning shifts. So from now on, it's going to be 9 a.m. get to work for me. The body shop opens at 8. I'm going to try and get up at 7-ish to try and get to the shop. Insurance will cover everything, but it's still the having to wake up early enough to do that is going to be a huge pain. corruption, downfall. No, those aren't tropes. The closest I can think of is betrayal, but that's not even quite right. Yeah, it's not so much anything to do with their relationship to the characters, more like their progression as a villainous, I don't know, downward spiral maybe, but that feels more like a heroic trope, you know, like if you're a good guy and you have a downward spiral into evil and then you rise back up out of it. It is a trope. Think about Syndrome on Incredibles, Jonah Hill, Megamind. Rise to power? Maybe. Just do what Animal Crossing does with the sheep. Hats and scarves only. Yep, that's what I was thinking. If Mutton had survived at all. Crouching Moron and Vade. Ratskull says, "Oh no, I'm sorry, that's so scary. I'm glad you're getting it looked at though." Yeah, I wasn't, it wasn't even like very bad though. Like I'm glad I decided to really pursue it and get insurance involved, because for the naked eye you really can't see any damage. I think the bumper like popped out and we just pushed it back in. I didn't suffer any like bodily harm as far as I could tell. I think I had like a sore neck the next day. But yeah, like nothing seemed really damaged. The car's been running fine all along, like till now. But we did get insurance involved because it was his company's vehicle, and you know, we figured we might as well. And they come back to me with like a list of things to be replaced and a quote of like a little over $1,000. And I mean, like, I don't know anything about cars. Literally, the car's been running fine. I could have just pocketed that $1,000 because they don't care what you do with it once they've like given it to you. They came out, they checked my vehicle, and they gave me that quote. And I figured, you know, it's a pretty new car. My car is. It's pretty new. I think it's like I don't know, 4 years old since I purchased it. If something is wrong with it that's not just cosmetic, I might as well get it looked at. So yeah, I'm getting it looked at, but nothing terrible. It wasn't anything terrible. I think it was like the least terrible accident that I've ever been in. The other ones have been usually my fault, and there are some that have been pretty scary. But in terms of this one, I do feel a little upset that I did see him sort of speed up. We were at a stoplight. Thank goodness it wasn't like a moving accident. We were at a stoplight and the lane ahead of us, next to us, started moving, and I saw the car behind me and my rear view mirror start to like move also. But by the time it like picked up speed, I just like, I didn't press the horn in time I didn't think to like, you know, beep in time to really catch his attention. It's like, hey, I'm not moving. Don't run into me. It's been inconvenient more than anything. But yeah, thanks. I think everything should be okay. I'm gonna get a rental vehicle so I can still get to work. I just don't want to wake up that early. Oof. I thank God I'm okay. That would have been way more than just an inconvenience. In the past, I've like fallen asleep at stoplights and rolled into the car in front of me. I felt really bad about that one because the person comes out of her car and starts yelling that like they literally just bought the car. And I was so sad. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. There was one time I was going down a ramp, and it had I don't remember. I think it might have either been raining or just rained. Either way, it was like really, really slippy, and I did not go. You know that like that little sign that tells you the speed limit you're supposed to be going when you go down the ramps and nobody follows. So yeah, I wasn't going that, and I started to spin out, and like I literally went like if this was the what's it called? You know, the gate, the guard. My car went bonk and then like backwards, woo, like that, and then went straight. It was so scary. Like I literally bounced off of that thing. That totaled that vehicle. I mean, it was an old car. I basically totaled both of my dad's old cars. My parents' old cars. I think first my dad's old car and then my mom's old car. I love those cars. They were really good cars. I'm so sad that it was my fault that they're not even working anymore. Yeah. Go that speed limit, kids. It's a lot better than please take care of yourself. I don't know if you did that on purpose, but I love it. Please take care of yourself. Oh my goodness. If you didn't do that on purpose, I'm taking responsibility for that pun. If you had a dream car, what color do you think of it as being? What's the color of your dream car? I could ask for like make and model, but I actually don't know anything about cars, so that wouldn't even mean anything to me. My first car that I bought myself was blue. It was like dark blue. My current car is black. My mom and dad's car, the ones I started with, the ones that I learned to drive on, I think my dad's car was white and my mom's car was black. Dad had a white Corolla, Toyota Corolla, I think. And my mom had a Hyundai, a black wagon. I liked having a wagon. The first car I bought was also a wagon. It was a blue Ford something wagon. I love having that trunk space. The car I have now is a hatchback because it was a little cheaper because it's a smaller storage space, and I thought it should be fine, you know. But man, going from a wagon to a hatchback, I actually did miss the small amount of extra space that the wagon had provided. I don't use it often, you know, but when I do, if I ever like take a trip or something, or need to help move stuff, it just feels that much less useful. Okay. I really can't wait for my Zigzagoon to turn into a Linoon. The new Linoon is like one of my favorite things. It's exactly what I wanted from normal Linoon, and it's funny how much just a slight color change, making it black and white instead of that tan, really makes a difference in making it feel more like a badger. It's one of those cases where for the longest time we never really had a proper wolf Pokemon, and now we're like spoiled for choice. But for the longest time we didn't have a proper badger Pokemon, and I always had to go to Linoon and just sort of squint, and yeah, it could be a badger. Now we have a proper European badger, which evolves into like an American badger, which I'm a little tempted to not evolve, because Obstagoon looks really cool, but I really like the way Linoon, Galarian Linoon looks. Obstagoon looks like it's already wearing clothes. I'm always afraid to not evolve Pokemon, though. You know, I don't want to enter a battle and lose a Pokemon because it was just slightly too weak from me not evolving it. As much as I love second stage evolutions, I've never actually had a team where I kept Pokemon from evolving. Like, I've never liked Blaziken, but even so, every Ruby run that I've ever done, I've evolved it into Blaziken. It just seems like the proper progression. I don't like how this is touching. There. And then for the last 30 minutes, I'm gonna try and just quickly doodle down the others. There we go. Well, thanks for the suggestion, Nyx. Team Yell Zigzagoon was a good idea. Okay, let's put this back so I can just move this one down. Alright, and, okay. Rocket Fire, what do we got? We got a Stuffle. I'm drawing these so that I can post them to my thread on the Nuzlocke forums. I didn't post any doodles for it last week because I didn't really have time. So this week I want to have at least some to put on last week's thread so it doesn't feel so lonely and empty without any drawings. There we go. Rat Skull says, I'm filing all this under reasons I'm too scared to get my license. As long as you follow the rules, you don't drive when drowsy, and, you know, just be cognizant all the times. I think issues come up when you stop being afraid. You know, when you first start, it's like, I am controlling a giant metal weapon that I could kill people with and myself. It's pretty scary, and you have a you know, appropriate amount of fear that keeps you alert. The problem is eventually man gets used to everything, and you sort of stop worrying, and that's when trouble arises. Having a license is very convenient, though. I don't think I would be able to get anywhere rely on public transportation. I get so confused with the bus schedules and stuff. Beige. A round and cute European compact classic car. Oh, I like beige. It's a very homey kind of color. It was a misspelling error due to my very legitimate concern for your safety. Thank you so much that you would forego spelling proper spelling for my safety. Rat Skull says the new Ziggy line became an easy top favorite for me, especially because of their shinies. They're crazy and it's so good. I should take a look at the shinies again. I remember looking at it before, but I can't remember exactly what it was. I think there was some teal in it. I don't know. John says, I love my Rowlet's emo phase. Named him Hooter. Rowlet's middle stage looks like Edgeworth from the Ace Attorney series. And I love it. Nick says, so cute. Kerfluffle, the Stuffle. Tails says, Zero, I'm trying to pick my top 10 Pokemon. It's hard. You need to pick it soon. Isn't the thread closing soon? It's very hard. Zero, you're making it worse. I don't know how to drive, and now I'm scared of new and old drivers. It's, I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. it doesn't help to be so scared that you're like paralyzed, but having a sense of like of reasonable fear is, you know, I think healthy when you're driving. Just don't get like upset. People act crazy when they're upset, when they're late. You know, like just be safe. If you're late, you can be late as long as you're not dead, you know? Just like pay attention to the roads. Don't feel like you have to prove anything. If someone cuts you off, just let them. If you see someone like trying to and I mean, I know like driving is different in different areas. Some places you have to be a little more aggressive at certain times of the day. But if you see someone just like randomly about to cut you off, just kind of, you know, put on the brakes a little, like let them pass in front of you instead of trying to fight for a few extra minutes of whatever. It's not worth it. And it's not worth getting upset about. You know, a lot of people have been driving and nothing happens, and driving is as safe as it can be, so the rules are there to keep you safe. As long as you're not trying to pick a fight. Of course, you know, accidents will happen, but if you're cognizant and aware, I'm always looking for like escape routes when I'm driving. I'm keeping an eye on like my side lanes to make sure if I need to swerve to avoid something, I'm not like driving into someone. I can't tell if I'm making this Stuffle into an old man or a little kid. I can't. I kind of want to give him glasses for some reason. Why do I feel the need to give him glasses? I still can't tell if he's a old man or a little kid. Maybe if I gave him a monocle, it could definitely be an old man. But it's a weird kid. Old man in body, kid in spirit. There's almost 1,000 Mons if you count gender and region variants. The shiny is so good. LMAO, I always thought Dartrix looked like Egoraptor! I never thought of it, but yeah, it's also literally an Egoraptor. Nick says it's on my list of shinies I have to get. John says I can't unsee Egoraptor as Dartrix now. Leonard says it's the weird kid. The one who breathes from his mouth and eats weird stuff. Yes. Alright. Let's give this nerd a vest. I don't know why I decided to go with this for a Stuffle, which would, which is like a fighting type. I'm gonna give him pants, you know? You know, I'm gonna give him pants so we don't have to look at his weird scent gland. We have decency in our little revolution brigade. We value common decency. That's his tail, by the way. It's not like a weird fifth limb. I guess a tail is kind of a weird fifth limb, isn't it? Good to see that the shorts company with the dress code. Comply with the dress code. Well, they're comfy and easy to wear. You know, maybe he just wanted to study. He never wanted to be a fighting type. He's an academic at heart. Like the Beast from X-Men. He's one of those hold my glasses type blokes. I wonder if they have nerd wear in Sun and Moon. They've got to have an outfit that you can buy that makes you look like a nerd, right? You know what we don't have, though? We don't have an angry, like, kilt-wearing Scott. We have Scorbunny. Maxie's kind of... Like, you know Maxie talks in an angry Scottish voice. But, he ain't got no kilt. He ain't got no plaid. He ain't got no tartan. You need that green tartan waving. Okay, I'm spending way too much time on this Stuffle. Next is the puppy. Okay, let's see. Never actually drawn this thing before. The puppy did not impress me when I first saw it in the trailers. When they revealed Puppy Yapper, is it called? It was not a very, it didn't interest me very much. Some Pokemon seem... Some Pokemon are ugly cute. Yamper seems to be trying for that sort of French Bulldog ugly cute, but it's just a little too cute that it doesn't have the right charm. Okay. I am liking its mouth now that I'm paying attention to it, though. I like this sort of, like, I'm not smiling, it's gas kind of smile. The dead eyes stare. I think this, Stuffle, this Kerfluffle, the Stuffle, is an old man in a child body. He looks like a cute toy stuffed animal, but he's actually a curmudgeon. Maybe to sell that I can make him a little more scruffy. Does that make it look like he's got, like, sideburns? Especially this, like, tuft on the top kind of makes it look like he's balding. He has a bit of, like, a mutton chop thing going on down here. Let me make these a little longer, his mutton chops. Because he has some fluff. I don't know why, but I gave him little fluff things near his cheeks there. Thought it was a corgi. It's a corgi body with a French bulldog's head, is what it is. Yamper, not yapper. Oh, give Moxie a kilt then. Yeah, Moxie's gonna wear a kilt, by the end. That's the transformation. That's the final evolution. Leonard said I was a little sad with the customization options in Swish. Oh no! Don't tell me that. I am sad that you can't, like, wear the outfits into the stadiums for the gym battles. Nick says, oh, there's nerd clothes for sure. Oh, I'm so excited. Nick says, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to steal it from my shiny Stuffle. Kerfluffle the Stuffle. Kerfluffle the shiny Stuffle. It really fits with the, what was it, like, Razzle Dazzle? The shiny Salazzle. It's like the same energy. Tail says, hey, guess what? Guess who just realized they made a mistake? What did you do, bruh? Drank coffee. This coffee isn't decaf. Oh no! Oh no, Tails! Are you gonna be okay? I'm gonna look someone up. I'm gonna look up Pokemon Sword Shield player character, and let's take a look at this boy. I just realized, for some reason, talking about nerd clothes made me think of the boy, and I'm like thinking, you know what? Since I have no other outfits to go off of, I actually don't know if is Zipper a boy or a girl? It doesn't matter, obviously, but I just wanted to see. It's a boy, so it fits. You know, if Zipper was a girl, I literally wouldn't have done anything different, probably. But it's just kind of, I just wanted to know for whatever reason. Tails, I hope you are able to get some rest tonight despite your horrible mistake. The other day, I went up and started boiling water, and my dad was like, what you doing? And I'm like, I'm making some tea, you know, as I typically do. And he's like, at night? It just never occurred to me that, oh, I guess tea usually has caffeine in it. Huh. The tea that I drink is super weak though, so it's possible that even if it, like, if it did have caffeine, it just never affected me. Or maybe my sleep schedule is just so whack that I never noticed. You know, like, I could be staying up because I had tea with caffeine in it, but it's also possible that I would have stayed up this late anyway, without the help of the caffeine. Ah, man. Yamper has the same sort of issue that I have with Eevee, in that it's got these tiny little legs and a big neck fluff. So it makes it really difficult to properly position anything. Nowadays I have a better sense of anatomy, so I can usually figure it out with not too big of an issue. But as a kid, like, every image of Eevee that you can ever find is just the official default Eevee sitting down. You know, the one where it's like Eevee's head, the fur is in 3 tufts, and then it's like leg, like this. Maybe it's like from the side sometimes, like this. And then tail. And as a kid, I had no idea what was going on within this, like, ball of fluff. Like, I could not figure it out for myself. No legs, only fluff. Kerfluffle is certainly an old man word. That's very true. Tail says, in my defense, when I initially ordered it, the drink was supposed to be decaf. They messed up my order and I had to reorder it, and I forgot to reorder it as decaf. This is 3 shots of espresso. How do you accidentally order 3 shots of espresso in your coffee? Most fruit teas don't. It's not a fruit tea though. It's a black tea. It's the Giant brand weak black tea. Leonard said, I discovered I loved coffee when I realized it didn't keep me awake and I kept drinking it. You just like the flavor? I don't like the flavor. It's too bitter for me. Tails says, what does Eevee look like with no fluff? It's like just a quadruped. I mean, it's pretty normal, you know? I assume it's like, okay, so you have like Eevee head, and then usually you have the fluff here. But if it didn't have fluff, it would be like, I mean, most of the evolutions have no fluff. So just imagine one of those but smaller. Stubby legs still. Gotta keep those stubby legs. Unfortunately, Eevee's got a very cartoonishly shaped back leg. The kind of like Lion King style back leg where the foot just goes up like that. And then this is Summer Coat Eevee. This is your Eevee in the summer. How to keep your Eevee cool in the summer. Because then the fluff just kind of goes like this. Right? It looks so naked. Yeah, it does. Oh, you mean... Huh. Looks like someone's already drawn it. There's a guy going around also like taking stuff off of Pokemon. Like, Mr. Mime without any balls. I mean, like, you know, the shoulder pad balls and stuff. Like, Zweilous without any hair. Stuff like that. It's really creepy, but I like it. Red version Strutton Eevee sprite is fabulous! Strutton Eevee. Making your way downtown. New evolution name, Nakion. Steel type Eevee, Dungeon. Ghost type Eevee, Pantheon. Zero, your Eevee's expression makes it look ready to get into trouble. Doesn't Eevee always look like it's get ready to get into trouble or just got into trouble and knows it's getting away with it because it's too cute? Makes me think of the Mario Brothers without a hat or a facial hair. That's not good. That's not a good sight. That's not a good thought to be planting in my brain space. Anyway, I'm going to see if I can... Okay, yes, I like this head. I like this face that I've drawn. All of this up here is good. I'm gonna get rid of the body, because the body can use a little work. I'm gonna see, if I can stick the boy's clothes on him. See how that works. People think, Brendan has a sock hat. This boy, what's his name? Victor, I think it is. You got Gloria and Victor. Now, that's a sock hat, if I've ever seen one. I don't like that. Let's try a different position for the hat. Let's see. That. Okay, I got him on his 2 legs. He's a two-legged boy now. He's gonna put on some clothes. Can't wear pants, I guess. He can barely wear a shirt. Golly. Yeah, he's gonna barely wear the shirt. He's way too round of a jelly bean. Oh, jelly bean. He's jelly bean shaped. Exactly the shape of a jelly bean. You might think I'm talking about the food, but actually I'm talking about so Tails is playing Kingdom Hearts right now, and when we got to the, what's it called? Is it the Dream Drop Distance game? Where you get like these little Pokemon basically. One of them is a cat dog that is like basically this shaped, except with even less anatomical definition. I don't know what this hat is. It's like, is it a beanie? Okay, let me see if putting the ears down maybe. I know I did it with Scarbunny. But like, oh, look at it. It just looks like a gnome. No matter what I do to it, it just makes him look like a gnome. Maybe if it sags down? I just realized though, the hat does have the same parka design as Gloria's sweater. That's a cute touch. Bit of shared design element between the two. Okay, let's bring the ear down this way. I think that's a cute shape. Having the ear come out towards you makes a bit of a pig ear kind of shape happening, but it's a bit unique. Let's see. Oh, look at him. He just looks like a moron. He looks like an elf. He looks like a gnome. This is not what I wanted. Sorry, Yamper. But you are a gnome. You're a Christmas elf now. Oh, and it doesn't even help that he's got like this green tartan under his red shirt. So he's just literally a Christmas elf. don't know how this fits into my little resistance aesthetic. I was hoping the boy's outfit would make him look more like a British schoolboy, but I guess that didn't really help at all. He literally just looks like he's got a big fluffy Santa collar on, ready for the winter. He's got his Santa elf hat. He's got his red and green outfit. No, I don't want the tongue to come out. I just want him to have this stupid grin on his face. His moronic grin on his face. Put a little ball at the end of the hat. No! That would make it even more of a Santa hat. Does look like a gnome. He's a good doofy baby. Dig the hat. That's a cool hipster look. Jellybean is the best boy. He's like a little Oompa Loompa. If Yamper wore pants, would it be like this? Or look at this fabulous Eevee. Oopsies. Let's see. We're about ready to finish up the stream. If anyone wants to drop a Pokemon in the chat, I will draw it, wearing clothes. I don't know. I'll put some clothes on that Pokemon and I'll draw it from memory, I guess. You ever see those dog costumes that cover the front legs to look like it's a little person? That's what this reminds me of. There you go. I think I need to probably have to work on this one a bit. Let's see. Did I miss anyone? I got the main group. Oh, I guess technically a Galarian or Gigantamax Meowth, but let me see. I did get a Stunky and a Tyrogue last time. No, last time. And then I got a Roly-Poly last time. I didn't get to draw those. But honestly, I haven't really used them either, so it's not like there's much to, you know, they're not part of the team really. Not yet. Maybe if they do become, they'll make their way into the thread. Tails jumps in with a Espeon. John wants Blastoise, and Leonard wants Routes. Let's see if we can get a cool sort of gang going here. Nyx wants Umbreon. Nyx wants Espeon with goth aesthetic and Umbreon with cutesy clothes. That's actually really cute. I don't really know what goth aesthetic would look like, so I'm just gonna make her look morose. Actually, I don't really know what Espeon looks like. I'm forgetting my old Pokemon. Since I just discovered this shape for the ear, I'm gonna bring that back. Goth. I guess, I'm trying to channel, like, Tim Burton, Beetlejuice. Yeah, the problem with drawing clothes, obviously, is, you need a sense, a certain fashion sense. Okay, I know frills are kind of a cutesy thing, but, I feel like... What are these called? The sort of... You know, like... things you put on your leg? Garter belt? You're hitting the Goth Lolita look, and that works too. Is that like a different thing? I honestly don't know the difference. Is goth more like... I can't think of... When I think of goth, it's a little bit Victorian, I guess? Is it like more Victorian? Because when I think of goth, I either think... I guess what you're saying is goth Lolita, which is this, or I think of goth punk, which are, I guess, not purely goth. Let me give her sort of a dress going on here. Bit of a Victorian bustle. I don't know. I gotta think more, Phantom of the Opera, maybe? That's gothic, right? More like Edgar Allan Poe? Bit more, Poe aesthetic. pastel goth, industrial goth, noir, new romantic, subsets of goth. Garterbelt, hold up your socks. There are many styles. Okay, I guess she's gonna wear socks then. I'm gonna give her socks. If your Espeon is wearing gloves, are they technically just socks? If you give your Espeon gloves, are they just automatically socks? Some poofy arm thingies. I don't know. Let's see. Let's color that in. That in. This part. This part. Color this part. Can't really sell goth without coloring in the parts that are supposed to be black. Everything needs to be black when it's gothic. Alright, let's try an Umbreon. Do I remember what an Umbreon looks like? Okay, and now the problem is also, I already drew an Espeon, so now I have to make the Umbreon match the Espeon somewhat in terms of like shape and size. Many styles. Fishnets, like Victorian kid clothes. Teenager, when I was, Leonard says, when I was a teenager, I wish I could have worn those baby goth Lolita outfits. Yeah, where do you even get those? I think you're hitting the goth Lolita. Goth is like chains and skulls and spikes. Oh, I thought that was more punk. Oh, I guess it's like death metal, sort of. Espeon wore socks. I don't like this question. Since socks go on feet, I think it all depends on whether or not the things at the end of its paws are fingers or toes. Would they be gloves if they didn't have fingers? But if it was bipedal, they would be gloves. They'd be mittens! Okay, I don't really know how to make cutesy clothes either, so I'm just gonna put bows. I'm just gonna put bows and flowers. ribbons. Try not to make it look like a Sylveon cosplay. I think he's got a ring around the moon on his head. And I guess big old flower brooch. I'm gonna go with the sort of Victorian aesthetic I accidentally went with for the goth. With the cute one, I'm gonna do kind of like cutesy princess. I'm gonna try and make that work. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let me bye-bye to that mouth, unfortunately. I'm gonna put it back in with white. And then got the Cinderella, not Cinderella, Snow White sleeves. That's cute, right? I don't think princesses tend to have cravats, but I'm gonna give her one. Try to make them exactly the same, and I drew her way higher up for some reason. There we go. Give her frills. Kind of a Sugar Plum Fairy sort of flower dress. I don't know. Maybe fake wings. This is the kind of outfit you would put your Pokemon in for contests, I guess. And I think there's one more ring around the moon on the tail. Maybe the tail can have little flowers in it. Little flowers just all in her hair. And still too high up. Put them on the same sort of level, you know. that's relatively good. Cute. And then let's see if I can draw in the Blastoise and the routes real fast. Well, Goth technically was born as a subset of Punk. Back when Bauhaus and Siouxsie, Sosie, I don't know how to pronounce that one, started in the McLaren Westwood scene. The Cure, for example, was a straight-up punk band in their benign years. It'll totally work. Maybe next time I'll try actual Goth. I'll like look up what it looks like and stuff before jumping into it. Put it too far over. Gotta move it over a bit so that it's in the center. There we go. Don't worry, he's not picking a fight with the girls. He's there to protect them. Protect the cute girlies. He's their bodyguard. It's like Gorilla. I'm just rushing through it at this point. You hear my music is restarted from the beginning. It means the stream's over, but sometimes I just have so much fun. I gotta finish what I start rather than leave it for later. For some reason, it's not behaving the same. Maybe this arm needs to come out more so that it blocks it about the same amount as the other one. And have this come out. Trying to make it match, essentially. It should be easy, but for some reason it's giving it a hard time. Let's see. Let's give him a little cravat, not cravat. What's it called? A carnation So maybe it is a cravat. What is the flower that the guys have to wear? And it's a Blastoise! And then, maybe the routes can be over here, serving drinks. What does the routes look like again? It has like... No. One? Does it have one thing on the top? Or did it have two? Oh shoot. Now I don't actually remember what routes looks like. Kirlia has two. So... routes probably has one. And I'm gonna say it's in the middle. Oh no, it has two. It has one here and one here. Or is that Kirlia? No, Kirlia's is like ears. I think. Shoot. Maybe it does have only one. Got little treats and a towel. I know I said I was gonna draw routes. I accidentally just drew a nerdy boy. This is just a little child. It's not even a Pokemon. It's not even a Pokemon. Anyway, I'm just gonna give him one little thing on his head, just like that. No, I'm gonna give him two. And he might just have one. I'm just gonna give him two. This one is special. He has two lumps. Leonard says Routes has two fins. Okay. I don't know why, but the orientation looks off. So, a buttonhole? A corsage, that's it. Look at I'm in awe of the size of that lad. Looks like Godfather. That's just massive. Pokemon straight palm, two fins, Jeff from... It's just Jeff from Earthbound, yes. And he's got his, like, weird, pant thing stuffed into those pant legs. Anyways, I mean, with the... At least we have some cute little ladies here. I think these two came out really nice.